Thank you very much for coming to today's training. Every month we have training and we ask, what topics do you want to listen to? What topics do you want to learn about? And many people write, what do foreigners, what do non-Japanese people think about Japan? So this month we are talking about cultural differences between Japan and other countries. So this month's topic, what non-Japanese think about Japan. So non-Japanese means not Japanese. So Japanese people like to say foreigners. But actually foreigners don't like the word foreigners. We like to say non-Japanese. It sounds nicer. So what non-Japanese think about Japan. So if a non-Japanese person is thinking about Japan, right, what do they think of? What do they think? What is the image of Japan? So please speak. Let's have fun today and speak a lot. What is the image of Japan? Anyone?
Sushi.
Sushi, yes. Sushi and samurai. Good, very good. Sushi, samurai, what else? Mount Fuji, very good. Technology, high tech, right? Maybe Akihabara, for example. Okay. What else? Other ideas? Anyone? Manga is very popular now. Ninja, exactly. Ninja, everybody loves ninja.
Ninja cell phones and kimono.
Ninja, cell phones, kimono. Very good, excellent. Okay. Yeah, so we have many different things. Okay. Lisa, maybe you knew about Japan, but what was your image of Japan before coming?
Lots of stationery and cute things.
Lots of cute, Japan's very cute things, lots of cute things, yeah. Okay. So let's take a look here. These are some of maybe more traditional images when foreigners or when non-Japanese people think about Japan. Okay, so these are the images that people in the world have. Today, I will talk about the image that non-Japanese people have about Japan. But these are not my ideas. This is not Rick's world and Rick's ideas. I wanted to have a neutral idea. So my image of Japan, Jamie's image of Japan, the image of people in France or England, Australia would be different. So I started with Google, okay? So I Googled Japan. So if you go to Google and type in Japan, right, then these are the images that come up first. Of course, here's a map of Japan. As Hashimoto-san said, Mount Fuji, maybe a nice temple, cherry blossoms. This is the image of Japan. I guess this is Osaka, high-tech, neon, big cities. That's from history. It's Google. Those are the top images in Google. The world thinks about that. In Japan, we don't want to think about it, but the world thinks about that. Again, beautiful Japanese garden, pagoda. Okay. If we Google Japanese people, if you type in Japanese people, we have these kinds of, a lot of these are historic, a lot of historic images, more recent. I don't think this is a Japanese family. That's a large family. I don't know what that is there, right? But we have a lot of this. A lot of people have this image, maybe of geisha or maiko, for example. Okay. This is more of a modern Japan. A lot of times, Harajuku or Shibuya in the world, people have an image of younger Japanese people now. Okay. This one, there's a lot of ninja in Japan. A lot of ninja. Or a lot of doctors, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, this is kind of, but these are all Google images. If I am in America, I want to learn about Japan, I put Japan into Google, these images come up. Okay. Here are 16 things that surprise non-Japanese people about Japan. So non-Japanese people, they come to Japan, they're very surprised. They're surprised by these things. Again, these are not my ideas, I got these ideas from, there's a website. It's called Rocket News 24, right? This is a website about Japan. It's people who like Japan and they can learn about Japan, right? And so this list is from this website. 16 things that surprise non-Japanese about Japan. What is surprising about this picture?
The Braille?
Yes, actually. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, yeah. This right here, right? In Japanese, what do you call this? Yes. In English, what do you call this? Braille, right? So this is for people who cannot see, right? They can tell what it is. So here on this drink, there's actually Braille. It's very helpful and very nice. We do not have this in America. Here's an American can. Does anybody know what drink this is?
Budweiser.
My man. Thank you, Seamus. This is Budweiser in America. There's no Braille. There's no Braille. So that's something that surprises non-Japanese about Japan. It's very, very, very kind to think about everybody. Right? Okay. Here's our elevator girl. We do not have elevator girls in America. This is always kind of surprising. Usually the elevator is very, very small. 4 people can get on the elevator. 100 people are waiting, and there's an elevator girl. Very, very strange, right? Also, I think this would be a very difficult job. Not very exciting, just kind of pushing the buttons. Maybe not a very exciting job. This always surprises non-Japanese. There are 3 surprising things in this picture. What is surprising in this picture?
Bicycle.
Bicycle? What about the bicycle?
It's for old ladies.
That is true. First of all, this kind of bicycle in America and Australia, other countries, this is a woman's bicycle. No man would ride this bicycle. A man's bike has a bar here. This is a woman's bicycle. When I was a university student, I had a Japanese friend. Big, strong guy. Big Japanese guy. He went to buy a bicycle. And he bought a mamachari. And everyone was just laughing because he was a big, strong guy. He's a kyokushin, karate, sandan, big, strong guy. And he has this little mamachari with a bell and a basket. And everybody is just laughing and laughing because no man in America would ever have this bicycle. So that is one point. There's still 3 more points, though, about this picture. Delivering things on a bicycle. Delivering things by... In America, we have cars and trucks. Nobody delivers by bicycle in America. That's one surprising thing. What kind of bicycle is this? Exactly, yeah. So it's an electric bicycle. Basically, I think we do not have these in America. In Japan, 3%, actually 3.1% of bicycles are electric. 3% of bicycles in Japan are electric. In Japan, you use bicycles to go to work or to travel, right? In America, bicycles are for fun. It's exercise or children play. It's either a toy or fun. We don't use for work. And we do not have electric bicycles, right? Also, in Japan, delivery is very, very good. Very, very good service in Japan. In Japan, you can have a package delivered on Sunday, okay. Saturday, okay. National holiday, okay. You want to request, please come at this time, okay. In America, they do not deliver on Sunday, national holidays. You cannot ask them to come at a certain time. So delivery in Japan is very, very good. What is surprising about this picture?
It's Japanese whiskey that's won an award. It's not famous for whiskey.
Exactly, yeah. In outside of Japan, we do not think, oh, whiskey, Japan. No, like whiskey, like whiskey would be Europe, maybe America, right? Japan would be sake. We do not think whiskey equals Japan, Japan equals whiskey. But this is the #1 whiskey in the world, #1. And many top whiskeys in the world are Japanese whiskeys. So it's surprising that there are many Japanese whiskeys. In America, we don't drink Japanese whiskey. We don't know Japanese whiskey. But in the world, that's very popular and very successful. #1 whiskey in the world. Another can here. What's surprising about this can? Is this can easy to open or difficult to open? Easy or difficult? Anyone? Easy. It's very easy, right? And one reason why it's very easy is this area right here. So it's very easy to get your finger under there and pull it up. It's very easy. But in America, we don't have this, actually. This is an American can. There's nothing here. It's actually very difficult to open. Like for me, you try to go like this, and usually I take a pencil and put it under and pop it open. It's very difficult to open. But the Japanese can is very, very easy to open. So that's very nice. Also, this is canned coffee. You know, we don't have canned coffee in America. So in the winter time in Japan, it's very, very nice from a vending machine to get canned coffee. Vending machines, many, many, many choices, many, many drinks, lots of choices. So this, of course, this is a Japanese vending machine. This is an American vending machine. Japanese, American. 5 choices. 5 choices, and the price of vending machines. In America, every vending machine has a different price. This machine has a different price than this machine, different from that machine, all different prices. So very, very different. Non-Japanese like Japanese vending machines. They're very interesting. This kind of for using for different things. Also, another example is here. For example, on a hot dog, right? So you have the half ketchup, half mustard, and it's very easy to use, very clean. You can just go boom, and put it on the hot dog. In America, it's very messy. You have to rip it off and put it like this, and you get ketchup everywhere, and it's very difficult. There was a story 2 months ago. They said, oh, look at this new product from Australia. Look at this new product from Australia. And people were writing in, no, Japan has had that for 10 years. It's very popular in Japan and very surprising for non-Japanese. This, of course, we do not have this. We do not have ramen delivery in America, so we do not have a moped with a special basket on the back. Very surprising.
Bicycle parking lot.
Yeah, that's one. It's a bicycle parking lot. We don't have bicycle parking lots in America, right? Again, in America, bicycles are for children to ride and have fun, right? It's not for going to work. So we don't have very large parking lots for bicycles. It's a big difference. Knives, Japanese knives are the best in the world. Very, very nice. Very high quality knives are very good. What is surprising here? And here. To me, this looks like Star Wars, but yeah, this is your car falling down. It's like, ah! My new car. Yeah, we don't have these in America, of course. In America, we have a lot of space. Australia, England, we have a lot of space. So we don't have these kinds of things. For non-Japanese to see these, it's very, very surprising, right? There's a lot of different flavors here. In America, we have one flavor of Kit Kat. One flavor, basically. In Japan, since the year 2000, there have been over 200 flavors of Kit Kats. In America, there's one. So in Japan, like every area, different areas have their own flavor. Different seasons have their own flavors. You can buy like a pack of different areas of Japan. It's very, very interesting. Many different areas in Japan. Pachinko, we don't have pachinko in America, so we're very surprised, very noisy, very loud, and many pachinko places. Again, not my list, but Japanese toilets are very nice with a high-tech and remote control and many functions. It's very surprising. We do not have these in America. We do not have these. Who has stayed in a capsule hotel? Has anyone stayed in a capsule hotel? Only me. Only me. Okay. Yeah, capsule hotels are very surprising for foreigners. Very small space, many people close to each other and such, so that's a very surprising thing. So here's a question for you. What do non-Japanese like about Japan? So of course, non-Japanese people like Japan. What do we like about Japan? Anyone? Leanne, how about you? What do you like about Japan?
It's safety.
Safety?
It's like the number one thing. The trains are on time.
Trains are on time. That's good. Good. Lisa?
Food is very good.
Food is very good. So let's take a look. Here are 10 things that non-Japanese like about Japan. Again, the vending machines, very popular. Food, lots of delicious Japanese food. How about in this picture? Yeah, it's interesting. So when you go to somebody's house, you take your shoes off. Maybe you put some slippers on and walk inside the house. I first came to Japan 21 years ago. And since living in Japan now, of course, when I enter my house, I take my shoes off. When I go home to America, I do the same thing. I cannot walk in a house with shoes on. So I enter the house, I take my shoes off, my family laughs at me like, but I like taking my shoes off before going into a house. How about in this picture? What do we like about this? Non-smoking. Non-smoking is very good as well. Non-smoking cabs, what else? Automatic door. This is Japanese taxis. The door opens for you. So you stand there, the door opens. This does not happen in other countries. One of my Japanese friends, he goes to America and he stands there and he waits and waits and waits. So the taxi driver says, "Open the door!" So the door opens. And also, I was traveling in Europe. I was in France and I was in Greece. In the world, anywhere in the world, if you take a taxi, usually the taxi drivers are bad people who try to trick you to get money from you. So I was in Europe and had many bad experiences, and I thought I miss Japanese taxis because you can trust the Japanese taxi driver. 7-Eleven, convenience stores, of course this comes from America. 7-Eleven is American, right? And convenience stores were created in America. But in Japan, convenience stores are very convenient. For example, you can send packages there, you can buy movie tickets or theater tickets, you can do many, many things at convenience stores. So we like the convenience stores. Separating trash. Separating trash. Japan is very good about this, separating cans and pet bottles and burnable trash. Recently in America, in like the past 5 years, they started doing this more. But like 21 years ago in America, nobody did. You just throw everything together. So it's very nice that Japan is kind of eco-friendly with trash. What does this picture show? This was mentioned earlier, but being on time. Japanese people are great about time, right? So the train is on time, the schedule is on time, so that's a very good thing. It's kind of a strange picture here. Which one, Lisa, again?
Customer service.
Customer service, right? So customer service in Japan is very good. You have somebody is having a problem, so somebody comes out and helps immediately. Customer service in America is very, very, very bad. Very, very bad. Shockingly bad. When I travel home to America, like at the airport, I go to Starbucks, I want to buy a coffee, and there are two workers, and they're just talking to each other. They're like, "Hey, did you watch that TV show last night?" And I'm like, "Hello, I'm sorry to bother you. I would like to buy a very expensive coffee, please." So customer service in Japan is very good. And we like the toilets. Okay. All right. What does this picture show? Maybe two things from this.
Drinking outside.
Drinking outside. Of course, Japanese beer is very delicious. That's the other thing. But drinking outside, in America, you cannot drink beer in a park. You cannot drink beer at the beach. You cannot walk down the street drinking beer. You cannot drink beer standing outside of the convenience store. It's illegal. They'll arrest you, maybe shoot you. But you cannot do this. Last year, some American friends came to Japan. It was Ohanami season, cherry blossom viewing season. We went to the park. They were shocked. You can drink beer in a park? They couldn't believe it. So that's something that foreigners like about Japan. Okay, here's another question for you. What do non-Japanese not like about Japan? What do non-Japanese not like about Japan? 10 things non-Japanese do not like about Japan. What is this picture showing us? This is a movie. Don't worry about what movie. But the key point is this. Okay, let's take a look at recent movies. And when did they open in America? And when did they open in Japan? So if you wanted to see this movie, Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, this movie came out in America June 2012. It came out in Japan April 27th, 2013. That was 9.5 months later. So if you read on the internet, oh, this movie is very popular in America. Everybody loves this movie. Go see this movie. And then we wait for 9 months, 4 months, 6.5 months, 5 months, 7 months. It takes a long, long time for the movies to come to Japan. Oh. There are a couple of points here. There are a couple of things here. What do we not like about this? There are two problems here. Lisa mentioned one. Lisa, what was your idea?
Chicken for Christmas.
Yeah, chicken for Christmas. I love Kentucky Fried Chicken. Their marketing is great. So in Japan, they're like, oh yeah, Christmas equals Kentucky Fried Chicken. So Kentucky Fried Chicken, it's fast food. It's fast food. Like in Japan, for Oshogatsu, January 1st, you're together with your family, you're wearing your hakama, right? And your family is together, you want to have a nice meal. Do you eat McDonald's? McDonald's? No. It's a very important day. In America, this is Kentucky Fried Chicken here, right? So this is Kentucky Fried Chicken in America. It's closed. Nobody goes to Kentucky Fried Chicken for Christmas. Nobody. So it's funny, in Japan, they're like, oh yeah, Christmas equals Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's very strange, very, very strange. The second point, this is a Christmas dinner. And this is a turkey. We don't eat chicken. We don't eat chicken for Christmas. Chicken, in America, chicken is free. It's very cheap. Very, very, very cheap. They're almost free. Here, have a chicken. Okay? Very, very cheap, right? But this is a typical Christmas dinner, a big turkey, lots of food and such. This is not a Christmas dinner, okay? So that's one thing. There's one more strange thing about this picture.
The price?
The price is crazy. Like 4,000 yen for fast food. 4,000 yen for fast food. In America, here's Kentucky Fried Chicken, okay? So, Kentucky Fried Chicken buffet, tabe hodai. All you can eat for lunch, 750 yen. 750 yen, you can eat all the chicken you want. It's free in America. Chickens are free. Welcome to America. Here's your chicken. Okay? It's free. Look, you want to have 1 piece, 10 pieces, 20 pieces? Okay, 750 yen with a drink. Right? It's very, very, very cheap. So Americans go to Kentucky Fried Chicken in Japan, like, ah! It's shocking how expensive it is. Okay, this is a different topic. Here's a new topic. What is it in this picture? Non-Japanese people do not like about Japan. Now in Japan, okay, so you have a couple of cheeses now in Japan, okay? When I came to Japan 20 years ago, there's like 2 or 3 cheeses. Like, oh, here's your cheese. You know, like Americans like sandwiches, So in America, there are many kinds of sandwich. In Japan, there's one bread, white bread, one cheese, and one meat, ham. So in Japan, if you have a sandwich, it's a ham and cheese sandwich on white bread. This is Japan. Recently, more and more cheeses are coming to Japan. That's very good. This is America. These are all cheeses. All of these. Many, many, many cheeses. You also have very nice cheeses, big cheeses. And the price is very nice. So in Western countries, we can have many, many choices for cheese. Also bread. If you want bread, there's many, many, many choices for bread. Not just one kind of bread. So this is something for non-Japanese, it's very difficult in Japan. Is like one kind of bread, one kind of cheese, one kind of meat. Of course, apartments are very small. Of course, apartments are small. But here the main issue is something else. If you want to move into an apartment, in America, it's very easy. You pay 2 months rent. I want to move in here. Here's my first month and my last month. Here you go. Please come in. Very easy. In Japan, if you want to move into an apartment, maybe you have to pay 5 months rent, like key money. You pay a lot of money. Money to the landlord, the oyasan, money to the real estate company, 3 months. You have to pay a lot of money to start. Also, many places say no foreigners, right? No foreigners in the apartment. Or you need a guarantor. You need a Japanese person who signs and says, okay, Jamie is okay, please let him live in your apartment. So it's very difficult to move into an apartment in Japan. And paperwork, lots and lots of paperwork, right? Especially, for example, like I needed to fill in a form. I needed to give a form to the government. And I needed to go to the Kuyakusho in Yokohama, the Kuyakusho in Noborito, and the Kuyakusho in like Saitama. I had to go. I had to travel there, to get paperwork. It's very, very old style, very old-fashioned, so that's difficult. What about this picture? What's surprising in this picture?
More package.
Yes, exactly. Very good. If you look, okay, so here's a senbei. Like, we like senbei. Senbei is very delicious. So here's a senbei, and that's wrapped in one package. And all of the senbei are wrapped in their own package, and they're wrapped in another package, maybe another package. It's a lot of packages for one senbei. Here's McDonald's. If you look here, I remember I'll get a cheeseburger, some French fries, and a drink. And okay, the cheeseburger is in a bag, wrap here. The drink is in a bag, wrap here. French fries in a bag, wrap here. Those are put into another bag and into another bag. You get this giant bag for one lunch, so it's very surprising. Very crowded. This is kind of at an art show for people who want to look at art. Very crowded, so you really cannot enjoy looking at art. This was outside of a museum. I remember one time I was in Ueno. I went to Ueno, and there's an art museum in Ueno, and it was maybe the last day for Van Gogh or somebody, right? And there was a very, very long line in Ueno Park. Long line. At the end of the line is a sign, and it says, if you enter the sign now, the wait is 6 hours. 6 hours! Just waiting there in the park, waiting to go in. And if you go inside, you can't just relax and look around. It's still going to be like this. So it's very surprising. What is surprising in this picture? Yeah, there's a lot of different possible answers here, but one is just the whole heating in Japan. Like an apartment, each room is a different temperature. It's very, very strange for non-Japanese. This one here, Japanese TV. Basically, I'll be honest with you. Okay, so we have some non-Japanese in the room today. So 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of you like Japanese TV? Nobody. Non-Japanese hate Japanese TV. I'm sorry. But it's very strange and not interesting for us. So, yeah, there's something that foreigners don't really like about Japan is the Japanese TV. Okay, last topic for today, 10 things that are surprising. 10 things Japanese people do that are very surprising for non-Japanese. This picture is strange, but sumimasen, if you're going like this, like, sumimasen, this gesture, like this, is very surprising. The first time you see somebody going like this, it's very, very strange. Like, what are you doing? It's very surprising. Also, this one. So this, come here, looks like this, go away. So this would be very confusing. What is surprising about this picture? What color is he?
Red.
He's red. He's red. It's like, why is he red? Right? So this is something, as you know, for many Japanese people, if you drink alcohol, your face turns very red. We don't have that in America. In America, that doesn't happen. So the first time you see that, you're like, is he okay? It looks like he's going to die. It's an enzyme. It's a little thing in the stomach that 2% of Japanese people don't have that enzyme. But the first time you see that, it's very shocking. Like when you see someone red or purple, it's very surprising. What's happening in this picture? So Japanese people love buying omiyage or souvenirs, right? So always buying lots of presents, buying souvenirs, giving souvenirs. That's very surprising. In America, we do not buy souvenirs for coworkers and such. For your family, yes, but not for coworkers and friends. Of course, they're at a movie. They're watching a movie. We have some non-Japanese in the room. Who has seen a movie in Japan? Yes, yes, yes. What was surprising about watching movies in Japan?
You have to reserve a seat.
Reserved seating, like the computer seating.
It's expensive.
Very expensive. When I first came to Japan, I could see a movie in America for $1. They had special $1 movie theaters. So in America was $1, in Japan 1,800 yen. So I could watch one movie in Japan or 20 movies in America. That's a big difference. 1 and 20. So very expensive. Reserved seating. I was in Chiba when reserved seating first came to Japan. I was in Chiba. I went to see a movie. It was at night. It was like a Monday night at maybe 8 p.m. There's a big movie theater, 200 seats, and I got my seat. So I went and I sat at my seat. There's nobody in the movie theater. It's just me. I'm the only one in the movie theater, just me. And then the next person comes in. He comes in, and he comes, and he sits right next to me. There's 200 seats. 200 seats. He sits right next to me. And the next person comes in. He comes in and sits right next to me. There were only about 9 or 10 people right in front of me, right behind me, and left and right. And in America, nobody would do that. But Japanese people, like, my seat is G22. I will sit in G22. So it's a cultural difference. The other one is this. Japanese people, when the movie ends, okay, the movie says, the end. So non-Japanese people immediately jump up and leave. But Japanese people will stay and watch for the next 10 minutes to see who was everybody. They never leave, right? Maybe because it's so expensive, he wants to stay, I don't know. But yeah, usually in America, the end, everybody stands up and leaves immediately. But Japanese people like to stay until the end. Giving presents in Japan, if you say like "Tsumaranai mono desu ga," like, oh, this is a boring thing, we don't do that. In America, we're like, hey, I got you something really great, so it's a different. I don't have anything. I'm sorry. It was just an example. Okay. How about this? What's happening here? Bowing on the telephone. You're on the telephone. You're on the telephone and you're bowing. Person cannot see you. That's very surprising. Again, this is not my list, but apparently, so you have like the Ugayo show, like in many bathrooms in garden. We basically, in America, we don't gargle Ugai, we don't gargle very much, so this is surprising. This gesture, right? So yeah, if you're out drinking or eating and then you go like this, we don't do this in America. If you're in America and you want the bill, we do not gesture this way. What gesture should you do in America? And don't yell, "Sumimasen!" The people will be shocked. Don't yell, okay? What gesture should you do? We actually do this. So this means please bring the bill. So because you write the bill, so if you see the waiter, you say like this in the middle. Okay. Making noise when you eat noodles in Japan, that's a good thing. In America, in Western countries, it's very, very bad. If you make any noise when eating, it's very bad, especially soup. Okay. So thank you very much for coming today.